Hello, I'm Sugar, and welcome to a PTR preview of the Anduin Wrynn encounter in the 9.2 Raid, Sepulcher of the First Ones. This is a 3-phase encounter with intermissions between each. This fight happens on a teeny tiny platform that you can fall off of. My group saw the first phase during testing. The goal in this first phase is to aid Anduin to restore his willpower. To do this, players need to be hit with the frontal mechanic Kingsmorn Hungers. This banishes your soul to another plane. While banished, you fight mobs that will restore Anduin's hope. At 100 energy, Anduin will be able to briefly fight against the jailer's domination. It seems like this will take multiple Kingsmorn Hunger strikes to get him to 100 energy. Anytime you are banished, a debuff is left behind, preventing you from going back for 2 minutes, so most likely we'll be splitting groups. A tank, healers, and some DPS will need to be sent down each time. In the Soulless phase, the banished healers will need to heal up Anduin's hope, while the DPS CC, slow, and nuke down the 4 adds. The tank should handle the big add and drag it to the add the DPS are nuking to increase its damage taken. In the starting plane, the group will need to take Wicked Stars off to the sides of the group. If you're hit by it, it silences you for 4 seconds and leaves a dot. The Wicked Star is thrown from Anduin and then comes back to him, so not getting hit on the way out and back is crucial. Shortly after the Wicked Star mechanic, a Befouled Barrier is dropped on the tank. This barrier absorbs healing from players within it. We found it best to have everyone stack inside and use a raid CD to shrink it to minimize the damage the raid takes from its explosion. Additionally, players are marked with domination word pain throughout the fight and need to be spot healed for 12 seconds. The big mechanic that is deadly to all in this phase is Blasphemy. It marks several players with light and dark debuffs. Players need to come into contact with an opposing mark to neutralize it. If they come into contact with the same mark, or an unmarked player, they explode, doing raid-wide damage. Oh, and you only have 8 seconds to find an opposing mark, or you blow up on the raid anyway. That's all I have for this fight footage-wise. From what I can gather from the dungeon journal, at this time, the intermission occurs at 100 energy for Anduin, followed by a phase 2 that reads similar to phase 1. The final phase seems to have Anduin somewhat in control of himself, while the raid deals with adds and some mechanics seen in phases 1 and 2. I'm excited for this, as it seems less time-consuming than the Sylvanas fight, and has a little bit more room for mistakes without costing the entire raid. I hope you enjoyed this PTR preview of the Anduin Wrynn encounter. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Okay, bye!